Peace, what's going on guys? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video today, and we're going to be talking about the Umidigi A3X. We're going to go over some tips and tricks with this device that range from beginner to expert to even intermediate as well. So there's going to be a little something for everybody. Make sure you guys stay locked in with me. Okay, the first thing that's really cool that this phone has is dark mode. As you can see, the back panel is lit right here. It's when you look at it, it's all black right here. That's because you have this dark theme button, which is going to be system wide. So if you turn that on immediately, it not only is it going to affect your system, but also, for instance, if you go into like Instagram, that's also going to be dark as well. The second thing is if you go into Smart Assistant and you click this option right here called game mode, you're gonna have the ability to have this game mode where you can add the do not disturb settings for not answering calls, answer calls via speaker. You could put that on so it actually picks up the phone via speaker while you're playing. You can block notifications, lock the buttons around the nav bar, and also disable automatic brightness so your colors won't shift when you're watching the screen. You even get the ability to add other apps here, such as like I don't know, like all your games right here. But not only can you add games, you can add, like, let's say Netflix or like, you know, other apps that would require a lot of background usage. Another thing that's cool is while you're playing the game or just doing anything, you have the ability to screen record, and you could record the voiceover with it, or you could turn that off. It shows you the taps if you do so desire, and you can make the time up to 30 minutes as well. Now we're still in Smart Assistant, and also you're going to be able to click here for the 3-pointer settings, 3-pointer screenshot, and 3-pointer slide up split screen at any time. Okay, so the way that the slide up split screen works is, let's say you're in the Play Store right here. All you would need to do is take your 3 fingers and slide up, and now you can see you got the split screen window. Then you can choose between the apps in your most recent, or slide up again, and you get those in your app tray. Another really cool thing is when you slide down with 3 fingers, you'll be able to take a really quick screenshot of, like, let's say your favorite you know, like artist or something. So all you would do is go into the album and then slide down, and it'll actually take the screenshot. It's right here, and you can get share, edit, delete. You can go into edit, and you can mess around with the options right here. It gives you the ability to change the hue. You can add the light pop, color pop, or click these options, which will give you even more options to mess around with the blacks, the color, the skin tone. You know, everything is customizable. You could even draw on it as well, which is kind of crazy. And you also can change the color as well. You can add text to it. So you get basically get the ability to design your own, like, meme or whatever you want. Alright, so this feature is really cool. It's the last feature in Smart Assistant. Well, actually the first one, but I'm going to cover it last. It's navigation. So right now we're in the 3-touch button nav, which is the traditional Android button setup, which a lot of people still love. I like this setup for smaller devices, but when I use bigger devices, I like to use gestures, where you're gonna get you know, the ability to just use the gesture buttons. You can also go right here, and it'll help you with the sensitivity right here. So with any app, gesture along with the edges of the screen, and you can kind of mess around with that. You also get 2-button navigation. which will basically show you right here that you got this option right here where you can mess around with it. And I like that feature as well. Alright, so this phone also does have face lock. You have to enter your PIN to get into that. And so when you do enter your face to do so, you have unlock screen, enable face lock when it is lit. So face recognition when power key lights the screen. But you also do get activate screen fill in dark environments. So when you hit that, if it's like really dark where you're at, the screen will actually like brighten up, and then it'll be able to capture your face, which is cool. But I noticed that this thing works like pretty much 100% of the time, as you can see right there. Let me try that one more time. Yeah, so that's like really good facial recognition. Alright, another thing about this phone that's really cool is if you go into system and then just go to gestures, you're gonna have jump to camera right here. So you could tap the power button twice to get to the camera, and also just by tapping the power button and volume rocker, like the top one here and the power button, it mutes the phone right there from getting notifications. And then you could always just press it right here and turn that back on like this. Double tap it, and that little bell will indicate if it's actually being muted. What's really crazy is this thing does auto rotate, so you can use it like in this way as well. But you also do get the ability to use a radio on this thing. So you have this radio right here. If you hit that, it's going to tell you to plug in the headphone jack, which we do have. You just pop one of those in. Then you get your own media player right here on the go, and you can save recordings, you know, like stuff like that. All you have to do is allow it, and then it's ready to go. You could just listen to your favorite stations and stuff like that with the headphone jack. When it comes to the camera of this phone, it has some really good modes in this thing. One of them being the portrait right here, where it gives you the ability to mess around with the depth sensor on here. So let me just show you. For instance, you can get some bokeh shots like this, and let me just show you. And it'll focus in just how you want it to, which is kind of cool. And you're also getting the ability to put a watermark on your photos right there. So let's say you take a photo now, that print right there to tell you what the camera is that you're using. And if you want to get to your Google Assistant through gestures on the Umidigi A3X, all you have to do is take your finger and swipe up right here, and it opens up the Google Assistant, which is actually pretty cool. It also works on this side as well. It's like a long swipe, because the quick swipe up is how you get to your recent apps, and then the long, see, that's the quick swipe. Hold on. So you have to do it closer to the side right here. Wait, hold on. There we go. What's really cool is they added the back gesture on the side, so you can go like that and it'll go back, which is really cool. So you don't have to move your hand from top to bottom on the screen. Just swipe across like that and it'll go back. And to go home, you just swipe up just like that. Now this phone does receive updates. To get your updates, you want to go to About Phone, and then right here where it says wireless update, you just hit that, and then it'll basically tell you if you have an update most of the time. But you really don't have to check that, because it's going to mainly like tell you when that is available. If you go to accessibility on your phone, which is right here, you'll have the ability to change your haptic engine and the vibration on your phone right there for ring, tone, notifications, and touch feedback, and you can also end calls with turning that on, and remove the animations to make everything a lot quicker as well. So you do see you get a ton of variety of options, as well as combining the channels when playing audio, so that's pretty cool. Super screenshot, which is crazy because you're gonna be able to tap that and get a lasso, graffiti, rectangle, and basically customize your screenshot. So there's just going to be a ton of options when it comes to the screenshot. You can also do screen record, data saver, which will basically reduce apps from doing anything in the background, and you do get your battery saver too, which will also increase battery as well. Well, actually the longevity of your battery as well. Speed actually boosts foreground app performance and restricts background app performance, and you don't receive app notifications, it postpones them. So I usually just leave that off. We still get the ability to change wallpapers right here, and right now I have all the stock wallpapers here to choose from, as you can see. So there's just a ton to choose from, and you can customize your widgets here. So everything on this phone is really cool. Now, just to get into one really advanced tip, let's say you want to use Instagram right here, and you want to swipe up with 3 fingers on Instagram, but it says it doesn't support, you can't get the split screen with Instagram. So all you would have to do is press you go to system right here, and then just go into about phone, hit the build number a few times, and then enter your PIN. Now once you back out, you're gonna go back into where it says system, and you can go into the developer options now. And now what you're gonna do right here in developer options is drag it all the way to the bottom where it says right here, you get some cool things here like theming, accent color. So you can change that to purple, or you can change this to cinnamon right here. So you could kind of theme your and then you could change the icon shape right here to, let's say, square. So now the icons are going to be square. And then what you could also do is to use Instagram with split screen mode. Right here you click force activities to be resizable right there, and then just leave that on. And then now you go back, and then you can see we have square icons. And then also let's just reset the phone. Instagram, hit that button right there, and now that we're in, all you have to do is swipe up with 3 fingers, and you will see that bar fully extended for the split screen window. So I hope you guys found this video helpful in any way possible. It's your boy Serrano. I appreciate you guys staying locked in with me, tips and tricks. But make sure you guys stay tuned for more videos just like this. And in the meantime, definitely hit the bell icon so you can get notified for all future videos. But I'll check you guys out later. But in the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, have a great night. Later, crew. Peace.